So, I didn't intend to show you the Dungeon Keeper intro, but it just sort of started playing when I started recording, so yeah, might as well, huh? Now, what is this? This is gonna be me playing Dungeon Keeper 1. Modded. I've modified the skeletons by quite a bit. Besides that, I don't think I've changed all too much. The reason why I'm doing this is because a friend told me that he's never played Dungeon Keeper, and I don't think he ever will. So, for the sake of his cultural enlightenment of the Dungeoning Keeper, I'm gonna have to play Dungeon Keeper. I just have to. It's a non-negotiable. Someone's not known that the Keeper Dungeon he knows. I mean, I played this game as a kid, and I couldn't even read back then, and now I can even speak English and I can read this, even though it's not German. Anyway, so I'm going to be playing Dungeon Keeper, the original campaign. I'm going to try and focus on my cool modded skeletons, but the first few levels do not allow me to skeletons. So, yeah, that's going to be that. I'm going to... recording works and everything's in order. Let's begin with the dungeoning keeping. Do keep in mind that while this game is goofy, it does get scary and evil. Anyway, I've got a bunch of campaigns here. Most of these I think were just included. Maybe all of these, besides the original one, were included in the Keeper FX, which of course I'm running Keeper FX. I'd be silly not to. Keeper FX being a sort of source port, I believe. At some point I might be tempted to cheat or summon skeletons or something. If you want to watch a more genuine or legitimate or original run of the game, then I'm sure there's plenty of those on the YouTubes too. So,
Eversmile. Set in the realm of joy, the people of Eversmile are plagued only by aching facial muscles, and not anthrax as we had hoped. Eversmile is a disgusting land of good humor and polite frivolity.
sounds not too bad. Anyway, in this game you play a comically evil thing that's so bad and evil, it's just ridiculous. It's sort of over the top. And this place that is so comically good, you can't believe it. So, the purpose of this game is you're the evil thing and you make everything bad, somehow, by building tunnels. Let's go. Okay. Wonderful control and graphic modernizations in our Keeper of X. What defensive computer assistant constructs your dungeon but does not attack the enemy. Yeah, in this game you can press the C button to make an idiot appear that tries to play the game for you. It's not very smart, but it does work most of the time. Like, it just sort of does its thing. It doesn't really know what it is doing. I think it's just like a bot computer player that just sort of possesses your game. Anyway. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I set the game recording to record the game, but for some reason the game recording doesn't actually record the game, so I need to use a game recording mechanic to record the sound of the game, while I use a screen recording to record the game visually. It's a whole mess, but it works, so whatever. Now let me go through some Dungeon Keeper mechanics, because there's gonna be people watching this that have no idea what Dungeon Keeper even is. Right, so this is the heart of the dungeon. It's the dungeon heart. It's a hearty of the dungeon. It's as dungeony and hearty as it gets.
The treasure room to store gold.
That's the funny voice. He talks to me. Now the purpose of the game is usually to destroy the enemy dungeon heart and kill all heroes that are somewhere on the map. Sort of depends. Some missions have enemy dungeons, some missions have heroes, some have both. Overall, that's a new mechanic. You used to have to place down every tile individually. You do this, you accomplish this task by building a dungeon for terrible little critters to inhabit.
New area.
Nice. well, not usually nice. So I'm, wow, tutorial, what is this? Pick up creatures by left-clicking on them. Drop by right-clicking them. Yep, I can pick up creatures. That's something I can do to move them. I cannot, like, RTS them around. I can use a spell to place a banner later in the game that makes my creatures walk towards the banner, try and stay there. Besides that, I can drop them places, but besides that, they are vaguely autonomous, for better or for worse. Now here's a funny mechanic. The imps, they have a variety of purposes, mostly breaking tiles. Besides breaking tiles, they can collect gold from gold tiles. Well, after breaking gold tiles, they get gold, but they also get gold from just hitting the gold tiles, but that's besides the point. So they get the gold. I can also get this gold since it's on my tiles. Imps can also claim tiles, as you can see here, that, well, but they already claimed them. But you probably saw them earlier. There's dirt tiles that are unclaimed. Unclaimed tiles are just dirt. You can only drop imps on them, I think. Now you can watch them fortify my walls. I don't know why they put these on there. But they fortify walls. What's a fortified wall? That's a wall that enemies cannot break through without using late game spells. Since, as far as I know, enemies in the campaign probably don't get late game spells. Probably? I don't actually know. The point is, for most of the game, these walls are impenetrable for enemies. These walls are not. So I will want to fortify these walls as soon as possible. So I can just sort of hang out in here for as long as I want and mind my own business. I don't know what I have to do to trigger the heroes to arrive. Maybe it's to claim that. Oh yeah, that's the what you call it? Isn't there like that? No. Portal. Yeah, right. That's the portal. What's a portal do? When I claim a portal, it will attract, or well, it will allow creatures to be attracted into my dungeon. And the kind of creatures that are attracted, that come to my dungeon are based entirely on the kind of rooms that I have, mostly. So if I have, for instance, a big enough treasure room, and the map allows it, dragons might join. If I have a giant hatchery, I think, that enables bile demons to appear. If I have a torture chamber that makes the Iron Maiden people appear, it's, are they called Iron Maidens? No, are they called Dark Mistresses? Eiserne Jungfrau, Iron Maiden, that's the German name for them. They're called Dark Mistress, I think, in the English version. Yeah, right. So, what am I doing? Right now, I'm just sort of waiting for them to fortify the walls, but I don't really need to spend all this time on the first level, because the moment I capture this, there's probably gonna be a couple of beetles, the most shitty creature to exist. Not beetle as in the musician, but it's just a bug. So the beetle will join, several probably, they will roam around, and then there's gonna be a bunch of weak heroes that show up and try to destroy my cool dungeon. I lose if this thing is destroyed. It's pretty much the only lose condition. I lose the dungeon heart, I lose the game. Right, so, I want that not to happen, and in order to prevent that from happening, I can place traps, though I don't have a foundry yet, so I cannot build any traps or doors. There's also a funny mechanic where building traps and doors and all that is technically free. So I can order my creatures to build traps and doors and stuff, which will get them to build them, and then I can sell the traps and doors and make infinite money. It's not very fast, but it is one method of getting cash money. Also, the reason why I dug out this is so that my imps can fortify these walls, but I'm not sure if I really want to bother with that, because it's obviously going to take a while, and I cannot even afford more imps. And since there's no way to make money on this map, there's no reason to stay here for a very long time anyway. So I'm gonna build a lair. This is something of a bedroom. Most creatures require one of these. Each tile allows one creature to sleep in here. One treasure room tile can contain one pile of treasure, naturally. Can also stack them until they like have this jewel, the purple jewel. That means it's full. As an imp, I can punch them to make them work faster. Right, so I guess I can cover the things I changed about the skeleton, since this is modded. The Dungeon Keeper 1 skeleton, I think they walk around, they need... I don't think they need food, but they do want to be paid. Payday is a mechanic in the game. If you have creatures that aren't imps, they typically want to be paid money at some point. I don't know if the insects want money, like the spiders, the flies, and the bugs, but generally creatures will want to be paid. For what purpose, I don't know. It's not like there's anything they can spend the gold on, but they want the money. Skeletons, for some reason, also take up space in here. And they sleep, I think, and that is the way they heal.
Payday.
But yeah, it is payday. Though I don't have anything that wants to be paid, so it's not like it matters. Oh yeah, that's the payday meter. There's a research meter, there's a workshop time, how many creatures I have, how many rooms... What's this? I forget. Anyway, it's gonna be a while until I can get my own skeletons, since I need a prison for that. Okay, now I have pretty much covered all of this. I can make them do that. What was I... Oh yeah, skeletons. So, what did I change? I made them be more similar to the Dungeon Keeper 2 skeleton. The Dungeon Keeper 2 skeleton doesn't have a bedroom, or doesn't take up any space in the lair. It doesn't get paid. It also doesn't eat food. It doesn't have fear. It doesn't really anything. A skeleton warrior will just sort of run around brainlessly, because it's a skeleton, they don't have brains. So they just walk around like morons and look for things to fight. Or they spend their time in the training room getting stronger so they can fight better. Is this how much I have to pay for payday? Or is this the, Oh yeah, this is probably how much I have to pay for the payday. Interesting. So the bugs do want to be paid. Oh yeah, right, how could I forget? The hatchery. The obligatory food room. So, minions, as far as I recall, they heal by resting and maybe by eating. I don't really know this game as well as I hope I would, but... Yeah, this is the tutorial about fortifying walls. Each imp costs more than the previous one. Yeah, I could buy more imps, but I don't really need more imps right now. Oh yeah, there's also the possession spell. The possession spell is fun. Possessing different creatures has different funny effects on it, like the bug. It has this weird funny effect on it. I can possess the fly, which is just gonna be awful. Oh no, yeah, actually it's not so bad. The fly in Dungeon Keeper 2 is much worse. And I can control it, I can fly around. I can also possess an imp. Do you want me to summon one? Sure, fine. Right, so each one of these is gonna be more expensive than the last, like the game said. So, the skeletons that I made, or that I changed, they function like the Dungeon Keeper 2 skeletons, as in, they cannot heal by themselves, they just sort of wander around, or train, and they don't really care for anything, so you cannot make them angry in any way, shape, or form, which means that they cannot be disappointed or upset, they don't want to be paid. They still do have a maintenance cost, since it costs gold to cast spells, and you want to have to... You will want to cast the healing spell on them, because otherwise they're just gonna die again. Intruders, see gap in your fortifications in order to gain entry to your dungeon. A white trail on the map indicates their progress. Click on the icon on the top of the control panel to see the bigger map. Yep, that's the heroes, and you can even see the little decals of them breaking the dirt tiles adjacent to my wall. But since I fortified every single bit of wall, they cannot get through. Now, as much as I would like to sit around here forever and just play zoo with a bunch of bugs, they will want to be paid for nothing, and I do not have infinite money, so I'm gonna have to leave this place at some point. There are infinite money sources, like I said. There's the jewel tile, which you can mine for infinite gold, and there's the traps thing and the doors thing, but I cannot place any of those since I have no foundry. Right. Since skeletons do not want to be paid or take up space in the lair, I can just have a giant army of them if I manage to throw enough things into prison and have them die. Because that's how you get skeletons. You just kill things in your prison. Though I'm pretty sure they need to just die of natural causes, question mark. As in they starve. I think if I punch things to death in my prison, they do not turn into skeletons. I guess I can test. It's been months since I last played the game. Okay, give me a break. Right, so these dudes are going to dig a whole thing all around my dungeon, and once they discover that there's no entrance, they're just gonna wait forever and keep walking circles around my cool dungeon while I sit in here and spend money on bug maintenance over here with the money. Oh yeah, I think this is flashing angrily because I have the max amount of creatures. Each gateway, I think, grants a certain amount of creatures you can have. And once you reach the max, it's over, you get no more creatures. I can also sell creatures, well, not sell them, I can banish them to hell. Oh, that's not what happens either. I can get rid of them, I can tell them to get lost by throwing them back into this thing. And that will make more space for other creatures to arrive. Since flies are kind of pathetic and only really good for scouting, I hope more bugs will appear because they are marginally better at fighting. Chicken. I can also possess a chicken, but I cannot control the chicken. 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 Immersive chicken. Okay, good. The chicken is, yeah, I can also... Where are they? There is an imp. Fortunately, has normal eyesight. They are pretty quick. I can also use different abilities. All of the abilities that this creature has. Like, I can use this to mine. And I can use this to attack. So I could possess a strong creature and try and play this thing as like some weird sort of first-person hack and slash or something. That is possible. You could play this like some... Well, you can't really play this like some sort of Doom, but... Yeah. Okay, I think I've shown this more than enough. Let's break open this wall and get something to happen. Bugs. Attack! Okay, so we got dwarves, bandits. Awesome battle. Oh, rest in peace, fellas. I don't know if I have made any other balance changes. I know on my laptop I have a very old version of Keeper of X where it just messed up the game completely, but... You have attracted the wrath of the Lord of this realm. His party will soon be here. Yeah. Oh yeah, 2 of my bugs died. Well, my flies, but, you know, that kind of expected.
The Lord of the land approaches.
Beware! The Lord of the Land is in peace. The Lord of the Land approaches.
I'm just gonna throw bugs at him, it's fine. So, unfortunately you cannot turn dead things into skeletons, I don't think. Why? Who knows? You need to capture them and have them die in your prison. I might be able to change that. I don't know if I could. I don't know how I would do that. Turn corpses into skeletons. It's not a mechanic. Right, okay, bug attack. Ooh, defeat the boss. I guess these bugs are just sort of cheering. Oh, this is bad. Also, friendly fire is definitely a thing in this game. I can totally destroy my own creatures. Oh, one of my bugs died. Too bad. Defeated. Rest in peace. There's no one to prevent you from obliterating... Okay. Creature payday. Hey, what if I fired every single one of you before I pay you? That'd be a very cool and evil thing to do, right? Okay, bye!
Branagh Hawk. War and anthrax have taken to this land like fleas to a rat. The region is, thanks to your unstinting efforts, now a major eyesore.
Right. Honestly, not a fan of turning everything into a shithole, but it's kind of what this game is. I try not to take it too seriously. Ok. Oh, I can enter myself in the funny visa. Haha. And you can see the map has become worse.
Cozyton. A hideous sham of a town, in which the prosperous citizens have no gripes or moans. Sadly, even the children are happy and secure. This is because they aren't punished for non-existent crimes.
How dire. Which level was this? Right. Remember the lessons you've learned in Branagh Hawk. You must build a treasure room, a lair and a hatchery, and you will need to claim a portal. Build rooms in square of at least 9 tiles to increase the efficiency of the room. Right, room efficiency. That is a mechanic. A room that's just bad in shape is not gonna work as well. Surprise. For people that, or monsters that seem to be so very fond of eyesores, they don't like terribly misshapen rooms. Maybe they have OCD. I don't like the idea of presenting people with OCD as some sort of monster. Oh yeah, Dungeon Keeper 2, your dungeon heart serves as a kind of mini treasury. In Dungeon Keeper 1, there's no such thing. If you manage to somehow spend all of your beginning money on something different, I'm pretty sure you're just soft locked. So you have to not do that. Spend your first money on a treasury, whatever. And do not soft lock yourself. Easy lesson. Right, so I'm pretty sure there's an enemy base thingy over here, and we're just gonna be collecting some gold. What's that? I'm pretty sure that's a library. The library is the research room. You build a library and specific nerdy creatures walk in there and they research new rooms or spells or foundry things. It's neat. You gotta build the library out of the way of everything else because the people in the library at some point get really pissed off if something that's not supposed to be in the library enters the library and they just randomly attack them. They will attack my imps, they will attack anything. So, it's important to keep the library out of the way. Fortunately, I don't think that's going to be an issue in this map, specifically. I think this is only something that high-level wizards do. Oh yeah, some creatures also have beef with each other, so if I have, like, spiders and flies, and they are in the same lair, they will attack each other, and the spiders will win. There's other creatures that have that sort of grief, like bile demons and skeletons, or, well, I'm pretty sure that beef is pretty one-sided, actually, since I made the skeletons be lobotomized idiots, because they don't have brains. And, what was it? Hellhounds and skeletons? And, skeletons are very popular for some reason. I think wizards and someone else? Vampires, I think. I don't know why wizards and vampires are beefing. Maybe they're just jealous? Give me more imps.
Reserves are running low.
That's maybe too many imps, but whatever. Expand fast door. Don't really know how long it's gonna take for these guys to start showing up. Heroes, I mean. Usually the game sort of baits, quote-unquote, players into expanding into enemy territory or an open area that is very hard to wall off by putting gold there. Like, there's this giant underground river over here, I think. So, if I build into that, that's gonna be very difficult to fortify. I don't really need that big of a hatchery, so I'm gonna make a hatchery over here. And Libarby over here. Doesn't really need to be all that big either. And I can do that. And well, since the enemy isn't active yet, I don't think I will. Just take my sweet time. Being evil and stuff. Like crossing the road when the light's red. Or, bad things. You know, bad people.
Reserves are running low.
Like tax evasion. I'm just gonna say, there's n- Why is... Let's just... I don't even know why that one is called Grok. That was pre... that stupid Twitter AI existing, so I don't even know what that's about. I think it's related to Spore. I'm not gonna use this for anything, so I'm just gonna... Gold. Also, you cannot fortify gold tiles. I feel like that might be obvious, but you can't do that. There's also indestructible tiles over here. Cannot do anything with them. Suppose I can open up this and start getting some creatures in here. Time to dig. And then Beekeeper 2, any kind of tile that you marked to be mined close to, they do not do that in Dungeon Keeper 1. So if you want to do this, you should probably pay attention to your mini-map, because otherwise you'll dig into something that you don't want to dig in, or make a messed up room, and there's no way to make a new tile. I don't think there is. You gotta play War for the Overworld to do that. Also, I don't know if heroes will tunnel through gold. I never tried to make gold into some kind of defensive tile, so I'm just gonna assume that they do, and leave it at that. You will need to make your creatures stronger. Oh yeah, the training room. So I did not have the research room, I got the training room. Don't really need it to be all that big. So what's a training room? What does it do? It lets my creatures fight these weird spiky spinny things, and they get XP from doing that, and they get stronger, which, well, they get a higher level. And higher level creatures are, well, better at killing and not dying and all that. Now, something that's worth keeping in mind is that training creatures costs money somehow. I don't know why, maybe it's maintenance for the wooden thingies. Anyway, the more they train, the more it's just gonna cost money. So you can see how much money here is going down, because this dude is punching the wooden thing. I'm pretty sure you can train just about anything. I can even train my imps, I think. Though there's little sense in that. Maybe if I had infinite money I could afford such shenanigans, but no. Also, imps get XP simply from doing their job. Higher level imps, pretty sure they're just better at their general imp stuff. I think they also get speed increases and teleports and stuff, so higher level imps are useful, but they're not really worth training. So I'm pretty sure the lizards are much better than the beetles, so I'm just gonna throw some beetles away. But yeah, every time they go wahaha, I'm pretty sure they gotta level up. I think a bunch of level 2 lizard dudes. What are they called? Demon spawn. They don't look like demon spawn, they look like lizards. At a high level, demon spawn will turn into dragons, which... I guess that's cool that they do that. I also have these rooms I cannot do anything with. That's great. Why did I even dig these out? Oh yeah, there's also room indicators. One of them, I think, is room efficiency? One of them is how much this room belongs to me, because you can claim enemy rooms, and enemies can claim my rooms if they get the if they get their imps on my terrain. Heroes cannot claim rooms. I don't think they can, anyway, unless they have a dungeon heart and imps, but don't think they do that. This room is disgusting. Wonderful. So, once these lizards have cleaned for a while, I suppose I can dig south. And then get some heroes to do things. Your plan proceeds smoothly, Keeper. Allow your imps time to The heroes are already on their way. Make sure your creatures are well trained and ready for the attack. The heroes you will face in this realm are tougher than those you met beneath Branahawk. I don't want to fly. I don't even want these bugs. Go away. So many imps just sort of standing there, being imps. No beetles. Maybe I'll keep one fly for tile, like exploration, uncovering the map. Besides that, they're not too useful. Where is this screaming? Can I get rid of imps by just no. That's a Dungeon Keeper 2 feature. The Dungeon Keeper 2 has a mana bar, mana resource, which is what imps use to exist and live. They sustain, they live off the mana. In Dungeon Keeper 1, you use gold. You use gold for all the magic, except Cranium Interno, which is free. Don't know why Possession's free, but... I could spend money on a bigger training room, but that would also spend the money I need to train these creatures, so... I wonder how much longer I really want to train them.
Game saved.
You know what, let's just open her up and get the funnies. Yep.
Traveled into a new area.
Yep. That's the idea. Perish. That wasn't much of a challenge, was it? No, this bug's gonna explore. Oh no, a single dwarf. One level 4 Blizzard should be able to beat one level 1 dwarf. Yep, and that's that. Fly, do your Yep. That's the underground river-shaped thing. Oh, more heroes down there. Flies do like to pick fights that they are unlikely to win, which is why they usually sort of run off to die. Also more screams. Are they gonna take the big detour? Imps. Wow.
Your creatures are under attack.
What are they? Random dwarf versus an imp. Clear that for me, will ya? Simple as. I cannot bridge across water yet because I do not have the bridge unlocked, so can't really do much here. Explore.
The lord of the land approaches.
We shall cast you back into the shadows, Keeper.
Just one guy and he's level 1.
Conquer this realm.
Easy. Rippin' pepperoni. Yeah, that was level 2. And I'm gonna go with space.
Darkana. The surviving citizens have more on their plates than a demon spawn with 3 dead adventurers to munch. Not that many citizens have survived as such.
Not a fan. Yep. What's the next place?
Water Dream Warm. A region of pointless frolicking and endless pleasure. No one here understands the true meaning of suffering and random shocking violence meted out arbitrarily.
Which level was this? Ah, it's this one. Yep.
Game saved.
I say I'm gonna make the stupid robot partake for once, just to show off its wonderful capabilities or potentially lack thereof. Sometimes playing with the AI computer, AI bot assistant, is comparable to playing with a handicapped, because you sometimes just have to fight whatever it is that the computer is doing. Okay, it's expand. Cool. It's not completely bad or useless.
Treasure room to store gold.
I guess this is a neat sort of accessibility feature. I cannot think of any other RTS adjacent game where you can just turn on an AI to play the game with or even for you. It might even be possible to somehow... What are you doing? Okay. Beat the game with only this thing, though I wouldn't try that. It's just 3 things in here.
Gold reserves are running low. You do not have enough gold.
Picked up an imp. Oh. Oh yeah, that was.
Tunneled into a new area.
The
New
computer.
creatures have joined your dungeon.
Oh, that's cool. Who has skeletons? Look at him, my man, my skelly man's.
An entrance has been claimed.
So wonderful, so beautiful, so perfect, so skeleton. This is not efficient room design, man.
You need to build a lair for your
They
creatures.
need to be square. Be square or be there. If you're gonna build square rooms, you might as
You
well
have
not
taken control of a new room.
build it all. Okay, what is this? Training room, okay. So we can see those. Library. Why did you connect these? This is inefficient. But at least they're not. Okay, you didn't need to do that. You could have just done a 90 degrees. What is this? What did you build? Why did you build a second layer? We cannot fit this many creatures, man. Like, the portal isn't gonna give us enough creatures to fill that up. Also, you're very insistent on not letting me build any dead ends to put the library in there. How disgusting. What are you doing? Oh, you built a library right here in the middle of... Oh, whatever. It's probably not gonna matter, so it's fine. Oh, what a wonderful assortment of awful. Okay, I don't want beetles. Go away. Where's the... There it is. Go away. So, wizards. Wizards. They do what wizards do. It's pretty much what you'd expect. Fly. I can have one fly. Skeletons. Skeletons are freebies anyway. I mean, not if they're training, but besides that. No. Only half of this. And what did you just build? Oh, you expanded the library into this for some reason. I don't know if the series would be more entertaining if I play it with a computer thing bothering me all the time. It's gonna make me way more tempted to cheat. And then it's just gonna mess everything up anyway. The computer thingy is especially bad if you're trying to... What are you doing? Oh yeah, you're the rest of that, I think. Oh, no, you want to build a room over here. Why? We have all of the rooms built. What are you gonna put here? Yeah. Anyway, where were I? Right, the AI is kind of useless if you're trying to... What are you doing? If you're trying to... Tunnel. No, not tunnel. If you're trying to curl up. If you want to build a fortification everywhere and not allow heroes to get in, so you have all the time in the world to level up all of your creatures in the training room. No, that's disgusting. You do not... What the fuck, man? Are you high? What's your problem? Why do you not like angles? Did you just summon another... What did you build in here? Another training room! What for? You already have a training room, man. It's a bit far away, sure, but it works. Beetles. Not using beetles, not wasting money on beetles, just go away. I don't know if you can turn a beetle into a skeleton. I don't think you can. Doesn't have bones. I think that's a specific tag the creature needs to have. can be skeletonized. In Dungeon Keeper 2, the most common trash unit is the Goblin, which can be skeletonized, of course. So why did you insist on building, like, a thing over here? There's nothing here. Why did you build another room over there? Yes, the computer assistant is indeed very assistful. Now would be an excellent time to train a warlock. They are already doing that by themselves, don't you worry about it. Like if I go look where my warlocks are, in here. Yep. And another bug has scurried into my dungeon. Go away. Another beetle. Flies train for a waste of gold. It's gonna die in 2 hits anyway. If I had like a swarm of like 20 level 10 flies, maybe they could rush the enemy dungeon heart, but that doesn't seem like a great idea or a sensible time investment. One of the cool shapes of all time over here. Is that? It's not researched. Is anyone even researching? No. Can I get one of you guys to research? Thanks. Okay, the imps don't care about the pennies in here. Okay, sure.
It is payday.
Is it now? That typically interrupts the activities of just about everyone and anyone, except the skeletons, because they don't care about money. They only care about gains, so they keep training, I suppose. The higher level they are, the bigger they grow, as is normal with skeletons. Oh hey, this expansion of the computer, I'm gonna blame the computer for everything, has left the south of my dungeon completely undefended and unfortified. Cool. Hey, what have you tried to fortify these guys? They're not gonna make it in time. Not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. You made it. Well, there's way more walls you need to fortify, so
New spell has been
go and
researched.
do it. Oh no. I fear I'm just sort of trying to delay the inevitable here. You don't just what is this? That's a bit overkill, don't you think? Anyway, that's the dwarves taken care of, but that's also the piece of my mind disturbed forever. Because now it's open up. But what is it doing? Oh, it doesn't. Where is the skeleton? Thank you, Mr. Skeleton. Time to attack and advance into the enemy base. Yep, I gave the skeleton an armor spell. Thebia. Cool name for a skeletal. Why is that floating? Also, skeleton vision is surprisingly normal. For, you know, being the thing that doesn't have eyes. I guess it's magic, so I'm gonna explain it. Hey, where's the Lord of the Lamb? I need to fight. Guess not. This wave of attackers lie hacked in pieces on the floor of your domain that live... Not long before another assault. Yeah, probably. No, my wounds are messed up forevermore. Oh well. I wonder what the computer's up to, if it is even doing anything. I think it's just sort of throwing creatures into a training room. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get much use out of this one. Only getting half of my money back. Oh well, here we go. Claiming the hero thing. Even got like a cross in here. This one's floating. Money!
Creatures are under attack.
Where? Whom?
Your minions are winning a battle.
Oh yeah. Battle. You take yeah, at least the computer makes the effort
Your
of just
minions are winning a battle.
spamming all of my minions whenever enemies appear. Just sort of throwing them right on top of them. Doesn't really help for showing off the skeletal prowess, but you'll just have to take my word for it. They're okay. And if I could capture these people instead of just killing them outright, I can turn them into skeletals. Again, I kind of wish I could turn the bones and bodies into skeletals, but that's not an option. Because, I don't rightly know. It just doesn't work. Did the computer try and build... Or was this always this shape? What is this? Wait, huh? Anyway. Empty rooms. Oh yeah, another skeleton benefit. If you have no more money, you can still have skeletons, because they don't take money. Only from training. You don't really have to train them. They'll benefit a lot from doing so, but... they're still skeletons, even if you don't. Whatever. Well, I mean, the dungeon's breached anyway, let's just dig.
You cannot give your imps any more jobs.
Yep. And they gotta be doing something, right? Spend good money on them.
Beware, the Lord of the Land approaches.
Oh hey.
We shall not tolerate your evil presence any longer.
Kill him. Oh dear. That guy just get jibbed? I'm pretty sure he did. Well, so much for the Lord of the Land. Right, I'm gonna save this at YouTube 3, and that's gonna be it for now. Bye-bye!